Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. I was hoping that this was going to be a wrap-up video and sharing links and, going over costs and some other things, but my transmission had a different plan. About a week ago, a week and a half ago, I was headed in to have lunch with my wife in town. On the freeway, smelled something burning, and I just assumed it was like a wire loom on the exhaust or something like that. Turns out it wasn't. Turns out it was the transmission. So you can see this pile of parts I have right here, and you can see this little teeny piece of seal which came off of the end. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. I'll post a picture in the video. But the seal, that is the overrun clutch piston out of the 4L60E. And that got damaged on the first installation way months and months ago when I first put the transmission together. So screwed that up. And so these are what the overrun clutches look like after they don't have enough pressure applied to them for 900 miles. You can see I got some good chunkies here, and both of these discs, you can see it's kind of cupped, and I mean there's no friction material left on these at all. These are supposed to look like that. Yeah, they're smoked, and you can also see some of the chunks of the outside of the frictions actually welded themselves to the steels for the overrun clutch. So after it chewed through the overrun clutches, it burned up pretty much the whole set of forward clutches too. This is a little dark, but that's kind of what these are supposed to look like, and you can see these are nearly completely black. So these things just, well, yeah, you can see the backside of that one is absolutely smoked. So when the overrun piston doesn't apply enough pressure to the overrun clutches, it burns through the overrun clutches and then starts burning through the forward clutches. So today's Saturday, so a week ago Saturday, pulled the transmission out, got a hold of my good buddy Chad. Freaking train going by. Got a hold of my buddy Chad, who's my transmission expert that I know. And he said, pull it, bring it over, and we'll take a look at it. So last Saturday I pulled it, and then Monday took it over. We tore it down, found the problem, found all this stuff that was in the fluid. Just smelled horrible. Smelled like a burning diaper or something. It was pretty bad. So pulled it, tore it apart Monday, put it back together Wednesday night, and today's Saturday, and I just started this morning and got the thing all put back together. So I just got back from my second test drive, and everything seems like it's okay. So round number 3 for the transmission, because remember I put the sprag in backwards, so I had to pull it, and we had to take it apart that time too. So a little bit of bad luck with this tranny, but it's all back together now. Fuel economy in this thing so far says I'm averaging about 16.5 or 17, and I do doing a lot of really short drives. I live about 2 miles away from the high school, and I work at home, so I take my daughter to the school in the morning and back, and that's it. So it warms up, it drives 4 miles, and then shuts off. So I'm sure that that's contributing to not getting much mileage. But driving on the freeway through watching the real-time mileage on Torque, it's saying like between 18 and 20 on the freeway, so that's not too bad for a lifted brick with zero aerodynamics. So it's not too bad. The end of this video, the last, I don't know, 10 minutes of it, it's going to be kind of a long video, and you don't have to watch it if you don't want to, but it's time-lapse or sped-up footage of Chad and I tearing the transmission, well, Chad tearing down the transmission and fixing it, putting it back together. So it sounds like a couple chipmunks working on transmission, but you kind of get to see how one of these is torn apart and put back together. And now that I've had one apart 3 times, kind of understand and know how to work on foil 60Es pretty good. So, oh, and the first little clip in the video was me putting the 5.3 emblem on the hatch. Apparently that added too much horsepower and it burned my transmission up. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. So this is a kind of an interim video between the last one and a wrap-up video kind of explaining everything. Thanks everybody for subscribing. I've got 440 something now, so appreciate you subscribing. Once this well, this Jeep is pretty much done now, so now I'm going to continue cleaning up my pigsty of a shop and get it all slicked up, and then I am going to start building my axles, which are over here. I have another Dana 44 on the stand there, and underneath you can see I've got another Dana 30 housing. And I know I'm going to probably catch a bunch of flack for building a Dana 30 and polishing a turd to go in this thing, but it's a direct bolt in, and I'm not a throttle jockey. I'm not going to go out and bounce it off the rocks, so it should be fine. I think I'm going to try, instead of an ARB or a Yukon zip locker, I think I'm going to try one of those TJM Pro lockers, which is another Australian brand of lockers that are now available in the US. They're about $150, $175 cheaper than the Yukon zip locker, and they're like 250 plus cheaper than an ARB, so I'm gonna give it a shot. So that's what's coming up next. Hopefully at some point during the next month or two I'll have the money to start ordering parts for my front axle. I gotta build the front axle first because the diff, the locker and the diff and the gears in there right now are absolutely horrible. They're making a bunch of noise and stuff. I don't even have my front drive shaft in because it was making a lot of noise. So it's a 2-wheel drive LS Cherokee right now. So that's what I'm going to be working on next. Hopefully that's going to start soon. I think that's about it for this episode. If you want to watch the rest of it, watch the chipmunks rebuilding the transmission, why, feel free. If not, skip it. Thanks again everybody for subscribing. I'll be posting another update soon. See ya.